Hello friends, welcome to Insights ICANN Initiative. In today's video, we are going to discuss about India and Middle East Europe Economic Corridor. Okay, in short you can call it as IMEEC. So then we will discuss about why this corridor is important and what is the significance to India, why we have to see this as a counter to China's Belt and Road Initiative, and it is also a part of the larger project. What is that larger project? We will discuss, and how it is going to be a game changer. This and one more thing, what are the participant nations also in this particular project? All these details we are going to discuss in this particular topic. First, let us see the syllabus mapping. In terms of syllabus mapping, it is related to General Studies paper 2, that is International Relations, where this particular video is related to India and its neighborhood relations. In video components, in this particular video components, we are going to discuss about why this is in news and what is this project is all about. What are the different components present in this project? Okay, North Corridor and East Corridor, what are they? Then we will discuss about who are the participants in this project and what is the significance of this economic corridor and why this is significant to India. And finally, we will discuss about PGII, Partnership for Global Infra and Investment. So these are the details we are going to discuss in this video. Like I said earlier, this is the third video on G20. The first video was basic information regarding the G20 that we discussed, and the second video we discussed that was about the Global Biofuel Alliance. Okay, sorry, not the Global Biofuel Alliance. Delhi Declaration we discussed, second video. Third video is about this. Fourth video will be the Global Biofuel Alliance. So with this, all the information related to this G20 will be covered. Now let us see some basic information regarding this particular, particular project. IMEEC, India, Middle East, Europe Economic Corridor. First, you have to understand here three major continents are involving. First, from where this project is starting? This project is starting from India to UAE. Between India to UAE, that is the East Corridor, we can call it as East Corridor, connect India to the Arabian Gulf. It is going to be the ocean route, shipping, and in the Arabian Peninsula it will be the rail route. You know that the desert area road transportation is difficult, so rail routes. Again, here near the Israel, it starts the ocean route. In the Mediterranean Ocean, through the sea route, it will go through both Italy as well as France. This was a North Corridor. North Corridor will connect this Arabian Peninsula with the Europe. So overall, it is going to be a connecting link between the India, Middle East, and Europe Economic Corridor. This is going to be the IMEEC. IMEEC. In the ancient days, this particular route was very popular for the spice trade. Okay, now we are reviving this spice trade route, like how the China revived, trying to revive that ancient Silk route in the name of the Belt and Road Initiative. So, according to some of the experts, they are seeing this as a direct counter to the Belt and Road Initiative of the China. And in fact, you might have known that, students, one country already announced that, one European country which is a member of the G7, they already announced that they are thinking to leaving this Belt and Road Initiative and they are joining in this particular IMEEC. So, if you know which country that is, which country want to leave the BRI and wanted to join the IMEEC. Next, we'll see this project detail. Like I said earlier, this project consists of the East Corridor, North Corridor. East Corridor will connect the India with the Arabian Peninsula. North Corridor will connect the Arabian Gulf with the Europe. And this corridor, along this corridor, we can see the electricity cables, digital connectivity, hydrogen pipeline. These are the additional things also you can observe along this, project. What are they? Electricity cables, digital connectivity, and the hydrogen pipeline. You know that nowadays our government of India is also emphasizing a lot on the green hydrogen. You know that, okay? Next, the participating countries: Saudi Arabia, European Union, India, UAE, France, Germany, Italy, and United States. These are the participating nations in this particular project. And the purpose we'll discuss in detail in the coming slides. Why it is in news? It is in news because this particular project is announced by Indian Prime Minister in the G20 summit, which was held in India recently on 8th as well as 9th September. So 9th and 10th September G20 summit. Next, what is this project? This project is about the, the main objective of this project is to promote the economic growth, as well as the second objective is political cooperation among the nation. So how you will promote the economic growth as well as the political cooperation? There are certain ways. What are they? Number one, by improving the trade connectivity and energy links and improving the digital connectivity. So we are focusing on these areas in this particular project. So we can improve the connectivity such as political as well as the economic connectivity among all these nations. And this project is seen as a direct counter to the China's Belt and Road Initiative. This route is connecting the India, Middle East and Europe, and it will be the modern day version of the ancient spice route, like China's BRI related to Silk Route. And this project is a part of, here you can see, it is a part of the PGII. What is this PGII? Stands for Partnership for the Global Infrastructure Investment. PGII. Tell me students if you know. So this PGII is an initiative of which organization? Okay, anyhow I'll tell you now. PGII is an initiative of which organization? Pause the video and put your answer in the comment section. PGII is an initiative of the G7 initiative to help out to the developing and underdeveloped countries in terms of the infrastructure, mainly infrastructure in terms of rail as well as the shipping corridor, part of the PGII. And this PGII generally seen as digital as well as the green bridge. Why? Because this particular PGII is giving more emphasis to the sustainable development as well as the digital connectivity. That is the reason even this, like IMEEC also, along this project, we discussed that hydrogen pipeline is there as well as the digital lines also there. So it is on the lines of green and digital bridge. This PGII, this project proposed by, like I said earlier, G7, and it was launched in 2022. And its main aim is to mobilize around $600 billion of money by 2027. And obviously it is directly countering the China's Belt and Road Initiative. And the main purpose of both BRI as well as PGII, both main purpose is to give funding to the countries which needed the critical infrastructure such as roads or rail lanes or energy security. In these areas, the funding will be given. Now we will try to do a comparative study between the PGII and BRI. Okay, if you see here, PGII, it is a both public and private mechanism, whereas the BRI is mainly by the Chinese government. This main focus is economic sustainability as well as the digital and good governance. The BRI is mainly about the economic growth. Main criticism, lack of transparency, which country is contributing how much. That kind of information is not revealed yet. Might be in future, that information might be revealed. Whereas BRI, environmental damage and lot of corruption involved. Mainly there are allegations that these Chinese officials, they involved in corruption in these projects with respective nations. Next, the projects in this, like IMEEC, these are the projects which includes a rail project as well as the shipping projects, which include electrical cables, building of hydrogen pipeline and high-speed data cable. Which countries are involved in this project? Already we discussed about the countries involved. And this will improve the trade between the India and Europe almost all up by 40%. Now already on Europe, that European trade with India, it is mainly dependent on the maritime trade now. Okay, and this will be complemented, this already existed maritime trade, so that the trade with the European Union is going to be increased by almost 40%. Like we discussed earlier, this corridor is having the two components, Eastern Corridor as well as the Northern Corridor. And participating nations already we discussed. Participating nations mainly 7 nations plus one organization, that is the European Union organization. Here if you observe carefully, France, Germany, Italy and USA, all these 4 countries are the G7 member countries. Okay. Next, what is the purpose? The purpose is obviously mainly to build the infrastructure, which is the more reliable and cost-effective infrastructure. Apart from that, more sustainable infrastructure and digital connectiveness and cable for energy, digital connectivity, and countering the BRI, promoting the clean energy in terms of hydrogen lines. And it is obviously it is in the very early stage, but it has a very potential to be a game changer in the global trade or global relations. Next, significance to India. Like I said earlier, this project will complement already India's existing ties with the Europe in terms of sea as well as the land routes. And India is going to be a key player in the global trade. Not only in the global level, India is going to be emerged as one of the key player in the regional level. Next, it will create new opportunities for the companies in India, especially in the areas of logistics and transportation sector. It's going to be the more efficient and cost-effective transit option because we are cutting down a lot of distance so that we can even reduce the greenhouse gases emissions. So it can be seen as India's transition towards more green development. Next, geopolitical benefits. In terms of geopolitical benefits, this IMEEC, it is seen as it is breaking the myth that India and USA cannot work in the Middle East together. Previously, this myth used to be there. Now, this particular project is going to break that myth that India and USA will work in Middle East. And it also bypassed the Pakistan. So far, Pakistan acted as like an impediment. Pakistan acted as an obstacle for India's connectivity with Europe. Now it is not going to be there. Of course, we have an option from Iran also. But Iran is friendly to us, but not with Europe. That is the reason Iran option was also ruled out. And this particular IMEEC is a sign of India's strategic engagement with the Arab. Nowadays, our engagement with Arab is increasing. You know that Quad 2.0, okay, I2U2, where like we included this like UAE along with the India, Israel, and USA, and we are also enhancing our trade ties with the Saudi Arabia. In that context, this is going to be further enhance our India relation with the Arabian Peninsula, and we can also mobilize Europe into infrastructure development in the particular region. So once the Europe is mobilizing their funds in the development of infrastructure in the Arabian region and Indian region, it can also counteract against the terrorism. We can say it as. Next, yesterday's video question. Which of the following statement is correct about the G20? The correct statement is G20 has incorrect statement actually. Incorrect statement. Yes, correct statement. G20 Parliament Secretariat, no. 2015 G20 President was held by China, no. G20 President rotated every 2 years, not every 1 year. The first statement is a right statement. Next, today's video question. Which of the following are correct about G7? It's a group of countries consisting of China, France, and some other countries. The European Union is also represented in the G7. Tell me which one is right. Mains question. How is Partnership for Global Infrastructure and Investment different from the Belt and Road Initiative? Means how you can differentiate the PGII from BRI. This is about mains question. Now, as we reach to the end of this video, let us revise quickly once. In this video, we discussed about the India, Middle East, Europe Economic Corridor, IMEEC, who proposed it, which countries are participating, what are the objectives of this, what is the impact on this particular project on the global trade, and how it is going to be significant to India. Then the difference between the PGII as well as the BRI, because this particular project is a part of the PGII. And this project, particularly this India, Middle East, Europe Economic Corridor, and how it is going to be effective in the Middle East, and how we can overcome the veto power of this Pakistan, like the transportation kind of veto power, to say. So that was also discussed. This is the detailed analysis regarding the India, Middle East, Europe Economic Corridor.